Of Central Jersey. It's Burt Barron. We're inside the Forge Jewelers studio today. Good to have you here. We got our contest coming up a little bit later on. State Theater double play, 2 tickets to 2 shows that are coming up a little bit later on in October. We'll give you the chance to win those on the way. Let's get to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. Welcome in my special guest, college football writer for USA Today, to talk a little bit about tomorrow's Michigan-Rutgers matchup, a huge one. You'll hear right here on WCTC. And we have Nicole Auerbach, who is with us here this morning. Hey, Nicole, it's Burt Barron. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good to speak with you. I'm waiting for the trophy. The guys are stuck in the legendary New Jersey traffic. So as soon as they get here, we're going to see the American Football Coaches Association trophy in person. But for what you do for USA Today, who, in all likelihood, or most likelihood, who gets to hoist that trophy coming up in January? Who's your favorite right now?
Well, Michigan, we'll get a look at them. They're actually a serious contender for this, which is something that I don't think I necessarily would have thought for year 2 for Jim Harbaugh, but apparently everything he touches is magic and also headlines and clickbait and all of the above. But right now, I would say Alabama and Ohio State have done nothing to show that they are not the favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I think that JT Barrett's been really impressive, and he's going to end up entering this Heisman race, although Lamar Jackson has been sensational. So, I've learned my lesson the last couple of years about picking against Alabama, picking for an SEC, maybe a dark horse pick to make the playoff, and it just doesn't happen. So I have started to just go with coaches I trust, which are Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, and Jim Harbaugh is starting to get up there. I would not be surprised. Michigan has won the coaches trophy before, and this would be their second time. I think we learned a lot about them against Wisconsin last week. I don't know if we'll learn just as much against Rutgers, just because I don't think it's going to be nearly as close or as tough for them. But I think that they're actually a legitimate contender, which, like I said, is something that surprises me a little bit.
This playoff, ever since they went with this playoff format, it's been so interesting. I mean, first of all, when you have the 5 quote-unquote power conferences that all have a championship game and all want to get their winning team into that playoff, but there's only 4 spots, which I think makes it real interesting. And then you throw in, maybe a Louisville who had a huge win. If they don't win their conference, do you invite them? What about a Houston who's not one of these teams, but they're just laying waste to everybody? And it's like you could open it up to 8 teams, and then you want 12 that want to play. And then you open it to 12, you want 16 who want in. But I think right now going with the 4 teams is probably the best way to do it. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think 4 has been good for college football, and I think that particularly when you have the first year and you have the 4th ranked team win the whole thing, it certainly validates the process and the system of selection. I agree with you that if you do have situations involving Houston or Louisville and kind of the idea of maybe 2 teams from the same league getting in, or Houston and a group of 5 team. As soon as there's a year where it's not 4 power conferences represented and there's 3 because someone did get 2 or there is a Houston, that's when I think it will expand to 8. And I think at that point it'll be, the 5 Power 5 conferences each get a spot. Then you got 1 for the best group of 5 team and then 2 at-large spots. But until we have that where there's 2 power leagues. They knew going in, there's 5 of them at 4 spots. They knew sometimes they're not going to be in it. But, if you go a couple years without having them, or, you've got 2 SEC teams or, 2 Big Ten teams or whatever it is, I think that'll end up speeding up the process. But, like I said, and I think you agree, 4 is a good number right now. It's manageable. It doesn't add too many games to the season. It's the wear and tear on the players. It works. And it's certainly more exciting, especially when you do think about the league that's left out. And you've already seen with the Big 12 that, people do have knee-jerk reactions to being left out and trying to fix that and not be the one that's on the other side and missing out all that opportunities.
Very good stuff, Nicole. As you hear, you're going to hear some rumbling behind me. The trophy has arrived. They've got these handlers. They've got these cases. It's like a roadie. They're setting up like this podium and this beautiful trophy. So if you hear some noise behind me, they're setting up the trophy, which has arrived here. We're going to get some pictures and video up in just a little bit. We're speaking with Nicole Auerbach for USA Today. She's a college football writer. We're talking about the upcoming Rutgers-Michigan matchup, of course, tomorrow. You can hear it right here on WCTC, a 7 o'clock kickoff. Who do you think in that Big Ten West? I mean, the Big Ten East, you've got Ohio State, Michigan, Not so much Michigan State this year is always sort of the top two. That Big Ten West seems pretty unpredictable this year, Nicole. It was Wisconsin, I think, maybe a Nebraska, but who's like the front team right now in that other conference?
Yeah, I think it's still Wisconsin, and they just have had such a difficult schedule, which does not lighten up. I'm actually going to see them in 2 weeks. Ohio State comes to Madison, but Nebraska has been honestly one of the biggest surprises in college football. Obviously that win over Oregon was really big, although Oregon's kind of free falling since then. So it's the measuring stick game, and it was big for Mike Riley because he hadn't beaten them in 7 tries, dating back to his time at Oregon State. But I think it's kind of Nebraska's kind of got karma from last season where they had like all these last minute weird endings that went against them, and they're finally looking like Tommy Armstrong is way more consistent than he's been, very successful, and they're kind of looking like Nebraska football expects to look. So I think it's good that there's going to be a race. Last year it was kind of Iowa and everybody else, and I think that Wisconsin and Nebraska are gonna do that, and it'll come down to one of them. But Wisconsin has, like I said, a really tough schedule. They've done really well so far. I think that the main takeaway from their loss to Michigan was not, here are their flaws, blah, 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 blah. It's that this is a really, really good defensive team. So I still give the edge to Wisconsin. There's a lot to like on that team, and also just the mentality of getting through this brutal stretch of the schedule. Obviously that big win over Michigan State, and they had the crossover games are pretty brutal for them. They got all the big boys, but I think that will ultimately help them strengthen schedule. It'll help prepare them for the Big Ten championship. They're able to beat Nebraska and all that. So I think, I'm expecting to see the Badgers in that Big Ten championship game.
Yeah, strength of schedule, and, Rutgers, you talk about strength of schedule. Who in the first 6 weeks has played the number 2, the number 4, and the number 5 team over a 6-week span? I mean, Rutgers is just it's been a tough schedule for them this year. And we're excited. You know what? When they joined the Big Ten, Nicole, we were real excited. Big things. We know it's going to take some time. And the trophy has been set up in this room. There was a guy just gingerly placing this beautiful crystal football on a stand here. And I'm thinking, you know what? Someday Chris Ash is going to be handed that trophy. And I hope to see it sometime in my lifetime for Rutgers. Will it happen someday, Nicole? We just have to be patient, right?
Well, I think Chris Ash is a really good coach. And I spent some time around Rutgers this summer. And I think that it was a great hire, and just the way that he operates and so many of those elements and things that he took from Ohio State that he's implemented at Rutgers, I think that it's definitely going to pay off. His aggressiveness on the recruiting trail and the way that he's focused, obviously, on New Jersey talent. I think all of that, he's approaching it all the right way. Like you pointed out, it's a brutal first-year schedule for a new coach, and while you're in that transition period. So, I think that we'll definitely see some growth and progress from him. I thought it was a really great hire for Rutgers. But yeah, I think we're going to need a couple of years. I think he's going to need to keep some of that top New Jersey talent in state, and then we'll see from there. But I think he's going to do really good things for Rutgers and really turn things around and get back to where Rutgers fans would like to see their football program and back in bowls and be competitive against these top teams in the Big Ten East. I don't think that's going to take too long with Chris Ash.
All right, good stuff. Well, Nicole Auerbach from USA Today, college football writer, thanks so much for your time this morning. I want to talk to the people that brought the trophy here. This is just gorgeous. Wow, I can't believe the thing is actually in this same room here. But thanks, Nicole, and we're pulling for Rutgers, and thank you. It was great speaking with you this morning, all right?
All right, thanks for having me. Enjoy the trophy.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we'll come back, and yeah, it is here. The AFCA trophy is in this room. I can't believe it. And we'll talk to the people that brought it here. They'll join us coming up next. Jersey Central, traffic and weather time, 7:47. Traffic and weather every 10 minutes. Back to the roads and Bertie Viter.
Buried, it's a mess right now in New Brunswick. Route 18, Route 1, that area, you want to avoid it if you can. What happened is a tractor trailer overturned along Route 18. It spilled its load on the southbound side of Route 18, dropped debris as well, the right lane of northbound Route 1. So that's an entire area is a mess as crews try and clean things up there. You've got a lot of activity on the scene, Route 18 and Route 1. On Route 1, if you are traveling southbound, especially jammed up into Route 18, they've got lanes blocked as well. 3 separate crashes on Route 9 northbound. First of all, there's an accident over by Texas Road, and then you've got a crash by Bournetown Ave, and then another accident on northbound Route 9 by Route 35, and this one, 2 lanes are blocked heading through that stretch. This report is sponsored by Updike Lumber, featuring Andersen Windows. Updike Lumber features premium products like Andersen 400 Series windows. Andersen built, backed, and service. Home projects start at Updike Lumber. Visit a location nearest you or updike.com. For more, check out the Central Jersey traffic map at WCTCAM.com. I'm Bernie Viter with the 1450 WCTC traffic update.
And I'm meteorologist Sean Rowland with the 1450 WCTC forecast. Certainly a chilly start out there as temperatures are beginning in the 40s, but it does warm quickly, and mostly sunny skies lead to a high about 75 degrees today, so it should be gorgeous. Maybe a little bit of early fog and a few rural spots out there this morning. Tonight it will turn mostly cloudy, especially late in the night, mid-50s, some patchy fog. Saturday starts out with lots of clouds, a little drizzle, a few sprinkles in the morning. Better threat for some showers to arrive during the afternoon. Highs near 70. Still a few showers early Saturday night, upper 50s, and then we'll clear things out for a pretty nice Sunday, though it's cool and breezy. High temperatures in the mid-60s and mostly sunny. Right now, 45 degrees and sunny. With the 1450 WCTC forecast, I'm meteorologist Sean Rowland.
Sean, thank you very much. And before we talk to our special guests who are here, they brought the trophy. I can't believe it. I just put a picture on Facebook. Make sure you check it out. Our featured dining deal this week is Lago. They're at 230 Washington Place in North Brunswick on Farrington Lake. Special place, guests are able to relax and enjoy delicious, high-quality cuisine at affordable prices in a very picturesque setting. Of course, you've heard the phrase, let's Lago. Well, that means let's go have some great food and have some fun as well. Delicious, healthy options on the menu. Everything is affordable. I just love the appetizers. I love the salads. The main courses there are really just great. You could also plan your next party, event, or meeting at Lago. They use the highest quality seasonal ingredients to create a culinary delight for your guests. They'll even create an event that will be remembered for years to come. And what goes great with fine dining besides incredible live entertainment, you can check out their calendar on their website, lagonj.com. If it's ballroom dancing or you like bands, well, this is certainly something for you at Lago. And for a limited time on our website, WCTCAM.com, you could purchase a $100 dining deal certificate to Lago for just $50. It only costs you half price. So go to our website, have your credit card ready. It's WCTCAM.com. Click on dining deals, and while supplies last, purchase a $100 dining deal certificate to Lago, the featured restaurant this week on WCTC's Dining Deals.
Take Jersey Central with Bert Barron with you every morning. Listen online at WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Bert Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 7:51. We're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. We're live right now in the WCTC studio. I'll move the webcam over to it, and you can kind of watch what's going on. Could I hand you this webcam,
Totally.
and you would put it up there on the trophy?
Definitely.
Let me just get the thing. It's all wound up here. Stand by. You know, engineers like wires to be nice and tidy, of course. Except the time when you don't need them to be tidy. There you go. That's all yours, all right?
Yeah.
Well, if you check out our webcam at WCTCAM.com, it's like watching Blair Witch a little bit. You see the actual trophy is here. The American Football Coaches Association trophy is live inside the WCTC studio. And this is what you see on TV when they present it to the champion of the college football season, whether it's Alabama, Ohio State, whoever is going to win the championship. This is the trophy that they're going to get. This will be handed to the winning coach, right?
That's the official trophy.
I can't believe
given
it's
out
here.
To the 2016 team.
Well, welcome to you guys. You're Josh, right?
Yes, sir.
And your name was again?
I'm Ginny.
Okay, and you guys, you're going across the country on a tour with the trophy, and you're going to various cities. And where have you gone so far?
So we got 10 marquee games this year that we will travel to. So far, we done been to 5 stops.
Okay.
We started at Florida State, Ole Miss, went to Iowa State game.
Mhm.
We left from there, went to Cincinnati and Houston. Left from there and went to Stanford and USC. Then
you are all over the place. Wow.
Then this past weekend we went to TCU versus Oklahoma. And
Man.
now we in New
Now you're in
Jersey,
Jersey. Look at you guys.
Rutgers in Michigan, and we're glad to be here, and we're glad that you invited us to the show this
No,
morning.
I'm glad you guys are here. So will this anybody that goes to the game tomorrow night, they're going to have a chance to see this too? How does that work?
So today we will go to campus, and we will be on the yard on
The yard right here in New Brunswick.
in New Brunswick.
Oh, cool.
College
College
Avenue.
Avenue, right,
Yes.
right.
So fans, students, they can come out, take photos with the trophy. Tomorrow we will be at the tailgate with the trophy as well. So
Beautiful.
fans that's coming to the game, students that's coming to the game, they got the opportunity to see the actual trophy and take pictures with it.
That is spectacular. And Amway sponsors the trophy, right? Is that how that works? What's Amway's tie-in here?
Yep, exactly. Amway is the presenting sponsor of the Coach